Hey everyone, it's Mark Hayward here. Thank you very much for joining me on Absolute Business Mindset podcast and YouTube channel. So today we are going to hear my views on the UK economic outlook and how we can build growth. It was an interesting article that I read about it. I wanted to share that. There's often quite a lot talked about in the papers and on the news, and I wanted to give a particular viewpoint on how to be able to grow and stimulate the economy where we are suffering in this time of a recession. So I want you guys to all listen up, think about what I've said, think about what I've commented on, and I really do appreciate you guys. If you're enjoying this content, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do give it a like. Please do give it a subscribe, and also click the bell icon. And if you've got any comments that you want to message them on down below, and I will look at them and I will respond to them. So thank you very much for your time. Enjoy. Hello everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. It's a really important period of the economy and of life and society as we are currently living in. So today I wanted to talk to you about the UK economy outlook. So this is something that PwC has produced, and I really thought it was really important that I share some of these thoughts and ideas. Now, these are changing all the time, really quickly. Political changes, economic changes, things that are impacting business are all changing at the moment. We still have on the 17th of November a UK budget of autumn statement, I think is what they're calling it. There again could have massive changes, but I'm going to talk very high level today about the UK economy outlook and where we are, and hopefully you find that interesting and it can help you when you're thinking about what you do, whether you're in property, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're a business owner. So just so we're aware, just as a sort of baseline, the UK economy shrank in June 2022 by 0.6%. And the UK economic outlook stood at 0.9%, just above the pandemic times in February 2020. So you can see that where we are at the moment is massively impacting the economy. If we're at the same levels of where we were with the pandemic, this is going to be a massive problem. Also, the growth outlook, which is important as well. 2023 is minus 1.3% and 2024 is minus 0.3%. So we're seeing here that the growth outlook is not great for the economy. Now, what we find is, as you may or may not be aware, that recessions often last between 12 and 14 months. So we are going to have a pretty tough 2023. It looks that way for everyone that's looking at the economy and seeing where we are with it. So I do think that's something that we do need to be mindful of. The thing is, it's not going to last forever. If you're investing in property or in stocks, it could be a really, really, really good time to be able to invest in those things, because property prices will go down, shares price will go down. That may be the time to double in, have cash reserves, and then invest them into the stock exchange or property. Property is a great vehicle for owning and owning assets and being able to build your growth, your net worth up as well. So in my opinion, although we're not technically in a recession, we are in a recession. I think that's where we are. And I think, although it might not have hit the actual definition of a recession, the fact that inflation, rising costs are hitting people at the moment, I think we can say with some certainty that we are in a recession. Inflation could hit the same rates as the highest that's ever been in 1980 of 17% in early 2023. That is massive. That's going to be a massive impact on people's lives and the economy. So we do need to just be mindful when we're thinking about planning that, in my view, then we all need to have a certain element of cash in the bank. I know that sort of cash is trash is very popular and always it has been for the last few years, but I do think cash reserves are really important to be able to pay employees' wages, be able, if something goes wrong, you lose a client, or the company goes down, you need to be able to have that cash behind you to do that. So I've got 10 things here that we're going to talk about how we may be able to stimulate and encourage growth in the UK market. Number one, embrace the benefits of the digital age. Now, we are embracing the digital age, but I think using AI, blockchain, and being able to really embrace it is where PwC are coming from in this point. Number two, boosting business investment for sustainable growth. So we need to be able to build that and look long term and not just look a very short term idea of growth and how we're going to do that for the economy. Number three, improve the performance of poorly performing firms. So we need to be able to get those companies turned around and being effective, productive, and profitable. Number four, reducing the economic inactivity rate. So we need to be able to just be able to stimulate the economy and get people working. That would be an amazing start. Five, boosting healthcare investment. So there is a lot of people that are at a certain age, and being able to have that right investment for healthcare, I think is going to be really, really super important. Number seven, taking a step closer to regional income imbalances. So the Northern Powerhouse, which is something that's been talked about for quite some time, and in that time we've never really been able to make it 100% work. But I think if we can get the economy moving in Newcastle, in Cardiff, in Bristol, in Birmingham, in Leicester, St Albans, Sevenoaks, if we can do that across the board in all regional areas, I think that will really, really help the economy. So we should really be thinking about doing that. 8, this is so important. This almost sounds that it should be an automatic. So we need to accelerate the progress of trade agreements. Brexit did happen and it has affected our economy. It has affected our trade, not being able to trade with Europe in the same way that we used to in the free trade. We need to get those trade agreements signed and get that agreement and get that trading being done between countries. That is a must for this next government. 9, being able to resolve some of the issues with supply chain. That is a bit of a Brexit issue. That's also an issue, Ukraine, that's impacted that. But we really do need to shore up those supply chains so that we can get what we need, whether it's building materials, whether it's food, whether it's oil, whatever it is. We really need to shore up the supply chains to make sure that we are funding through, with the trade agreements, funding through the right stuff that we need to be able to be a functioning, highly functioning country. And number 10, accelerating the net zero progress for a more sustainable future. I think it really is that important that we do think about the sustainable future that we all should be looking to do for our children, our children's children, our children's children. So we do need to think about the net zero and getting that to the right point. That will also stimulate the economy because we will be looking at things in the green economy, and that will be amazing to be able to grow that area of the economy, which is growing, but definitely I'm a bit concerned with Rishi Sunak's outlook on green credentials at the moment. Now, that is nothing, I've just mentioned about politics there. This is nothing to do with politics. Each government brings in different rules, different ways of doing things. Rishi Sunak hopefully is going to be a person who can steady the ship, who can get everything in the right order after the debacle of Liz Truss. Hopefully he can be that steady hand to be able to go through a recession and be able to come out and be ready and able to be able to go back when things start getting better. So politics is important, economics is important, businesses are important, entrepreneurs are really important as well. So you guys need to be out there building, growing, scaling to be able to be successful and grow your business. There were just some thoughts that I had after reading an outlook in PwC. I wanted to feed them back to you. If you've got any comments, if you think there's anything that I've missed, please do leave them in the comments below, and I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot.